The Cold War, the great struggle between West and East, was never declared. It did not begin with an invasion or cowardly attack. Its seeds were planted in the smoldering battlefields of another struggle, the war against Nazi Germany. By 1944, the Nazi Third Reich was collapsing as the armies of Great Britain, Canada, America, and the Soviet Union drove deep into the heart of Germany. Their objective? Berlin. The Russians got there first, and they smashed Hitler's capital with brutal, cruel vengeance. When the guns fell silent, the Soviet Union controlled the eastern third of Germany. In the aftermath, Berlin was seen as too valuable a prize to allow any one power to keep. So it was divided. Russia kept the eastern half of the city, while the rest was claimed by the Western powers. In the decade that followed, West Germany rebuilt, becoming the economic powerhouse of post-war Europe. East Germany stagnated, neglected and oppressed by its Russian masters. But through all this, the border between East and West Berlin remained a gateway to the West. Anyone seeking freedom could simply walk across the division. By 1961, thousands of East Germans were escaping in this manner. Their Soviet masters dealt with this exodus in a way both crude and effective. A wall was built. It began as a fence of coiled barbed wire, then became an ugly pile of concrete bricks. At first, this wall was crude, but it grew taller, stronger, seamless. Death zones were laid out in its shadow. Just approaching the eastern side of the wall was punishable by a sniper's bullet. This cruel wall split the city. It divided families, neighborhoods, political systems, democracy in the West, party rule in the East. It inspired fear. It inspired despair. It inspired defiance.
They lost?
Don't worry. Anya will get them.
They're probably lost. It's hard enough for Berliners born and raised to find their way around this murk. Never mind this country cousin of yours.
Anya's no bumpkin. She used to spend all her summers with our family here, right in our neighborhood.
I don't like bringing strangers into the company. You should have met tonight's client.
Hello, Willy.
Hello, cousin.
This is Lena and Jurgen.
Hello. Ready for our little jaunt?
My lord, are you smuggling gold bars?
It's mostly food, tins.
There's lots of food where you're going. Drag around this.
Leo!
Shush, all of you. Ah, I see. Is this your friend? Leo seems to be very brave, Lion. Can you be brave like Leo? Excellent. Then we must be going. No more talking from now on.
We're moving too slow.
Let's get these kids off the street. There. You guys did a great job staying quiet.
So this is the gate then?
Not quite, but we're close. It's mostly a long walk for them now. Come on, Willy.
What is this place?
It's an old bunker, lost and forgotten after the war.
Family brand?
Oh Lord, no. Swill we make upstairs is just an excuse to keep the old distillery open. I even feel ashamed giving it away to bribe city inspectors.
That's the way to West Berlin?
Oh, as fine a highway as you might ever travel.
How is such a place a secret?
There are a lot of bunkers built towards the end of the war. Most of it was destroyed during the bombing, except for this one, about 200 yards of mostly dry tunnel, and another bunker over there.
And that, folks, is the foundation of Heinrich's fame and wealth. Always in pursuit of a nimble profiting.
You seem to misplace your respect today, Willy.
Heinrich, please!
I apologize for these distractions. It's late, and you probably want to get on with your journey. Do you have the toll for our private highway? The gold.
Why do they have to pay twice?
Colleagues on the other side have no use for East German marks. The gold is accepted everywhere. This is just fine. My friend Ingrid here will walk you through.
And I don't want to hear any screaming when you see my wife.
You know, sometimes, Heinrich, I think you're just in it for the money. We're here to help these people.
Spoken like a man who doesn't pay any bills. How do you think the distillery upstairs keeps running? If I don't regularly bribe some nosy commissar, they'll just take the building upstairs, bulldoze it, and make new flats. And then the only company our beloved Führer will enjoy is that of rats. Plus, wherever they're going, they can't use this anyway.
But their friends and relatives who helped them raise that money could have used it.
If they have a problem with a businessman earning a little profit, they can stay on this side of the wall.
It's too late for politics. We should get going. Mother? Mother, you should be in bed. I told you I'd be late. If you left the deadbolt done, I could have used my key.
Oh, what is wrong with your clothing? It's filthy.
I'll wash them tomorrow.
Oh, I can smell alcohol on your breath.
It was just some of Heinrich's schnapps. He gets insulted if we turn it down.
I don't think you should be out at night with those scoundrels. You could get into some real trouble.
I got you some kubasar, 300 grams.
They didn't have bratwurst?
Do they ever? I had to wait 45 minutes in line just for that, but it's good this time.
I'm sorry. I shouldn't be such a nagging mother. You are such a good boy. Now, have a seat. I will get you some food.
All right, but after our little midnight snack, it's off to bed. Professor Hoffman likes to pick on the sleepyheads in the lecture hall. What's this?
Oh, that came in the post today. It is from the Department of Housing. They want everyone to re-register their apartments.
Probably some new collectivization scheme, I suppose. Do we have any bread left?
Some today? Oh, I have something for you. I fixed this all up for you.
Mother, I can't wear that.
Why ever not?
It's Father's. It's Nazi.
I took all the badges off.
I don't care if you soaked it in bleach. I won't wear his Nazi rags.
He was my husband, Klaus, before he was a member of the party. He wasn't really political. It was just...
It was necessary. He had to play along to get along, to protect us. It's an old song, Mother, and I don't want to hear it.
Klaus.
Morning, Willy. Look, I'll see what I can do. Just try not to worry. Go to your cousin's house and wait there till you hear from me.
He looks miserable. I hope you didn't promise him anything.
No. Just tried to calm his nerves. He has good reason to be worried.
Don't we all? Can we not sit in the front today? I didn't get through the chapter last night, and I don't want Professor Hoffman barking at me this morning.
Sit behind me, my friend. I'll hold this fire. Just try to refrain from snoring. Sit down.
That's the New York Herald Tribune. Look, it's not the date it's published, and who the hell reads it?
Big shots do, Willy. They always do whatever they want.
Good morning, students.
Good morning, Professor.
Today we will be... Yesterday we were subjected to Herr Hafner's outline of how the Nazi government suppressed the True Workers' Party of Germany during their seizure of power. We'll begin today with the process used by Freisler to suppress the Communist Party after the Reichstag fire. On 27th February 1933, a fire was started in the Reichstag. What is not debatable is the fact that the Nazi Party used this crime as an excuse to arrest a Dutch member of the Communist Party and to use this arrest as a pretext to turn the nation against the legitimate Communist Party of Germany. And so it is clear that while the Nazi Party achieved their own ends through the destruction of the True Workers' Party, it is also clear that they functioned as the instrument of the broad objectives of the Western powers in their suppression of the workers' revolution. We will expand on this theme tomorrow. Good day, students.
Good day, Professor.
Mr. Conrad, may I have a word with you?
Go on. I'll catch up with you at the coffee house.
Don't be too long, or else Heinrich will rope me into one of his damn card games.
Go on. Professor?
Close?
Comrade Trofimov here would like to have a word with you.
Pleased to meet you, Klaus. Professor Hoffman was telling me what a clever student you are.
If you're done with that, can I see the sports section? I was wondering how Hertha did in the semifinals.
Ah, certainly. You mean the match against Manchester? I think there's something in there about it, but I didn't read it carefully. I find the news much more interesting than football. You can go now, Hoffman. Thanks ever so much for your introduction.
Will this take long? I have another class in 10 minutes.
Not too long, I hope. But with your grades, I doubt missing economic philosophy will cause you much harm. I could always write you a note if you like.
No need.
Good. I shall try to be concise. Klaus, I am a diplomatic attaché stationed here in your lovely city, and amongst my various duties, I am occasionally asked to gather information that aids in building the relationship between the German Democratic Republic and the Union of Soviet Socialist Republics.
And why would a spy be interested in economics?
Schmidt, he thinks we're spies. What fun! Secret codes, invisible ink, poison pellet guns. Oh, sad to say, lad, my life is much duller than that. More reports and meetings than gunfights and booby traps. I am a humble researcher, just like you, really.
Just like me.
Yes, just like you. I check into things, verify facts, determine what's true and what's fanciful. It can be tricky work, especially for an outsider such as me.
Imagine the accent would get in the way.
Of course, you understand. Yeah, you're just as intelligent as I've been told. You're just the sort of research assistant that could help me in my work.
A job offer.
Well, I've always said that the trick to getting a job done is hiring real talent. And you seem to me to be a very talented young man.
I don't know who gave you that idea, Comrade Trofimov, but they seem to have misled you. I have 2 semesters and a thesis to get through before I complete my doctorate. I have no time nor interest to spare for any job.
Such a diligent student. All work and no play. It's not a demanding sort of work. I ask you the odd question and you give me your opinion. Since when were students so shy with their opinions? And surely, Klaus, you and your mother could use a little extra money? Perhaps a better apartment?
My program of studies is demanding, Comrade Trofimov, and despite your flattery, I have no energy to spare for any job. Now I really must get to my class.
You know, I'm very well acquainted with Chancellor Randall. I could have a word with him about all your hard work.
Do as you see fit. Thanks for the paper.
Well, Schmidt, a young man of integrity. Tiresome, really. Wretched place. But then again, they did invent schnitzel. Let's go find some lunch, shall we?
It makes a difference. I've tested it.
Were you sober? Because it's ridiculous.
Pravda uses thicker paper. It makes a better insulator.
That's not how insulation works. All right, it's time for payroll. Oh, don't be such a saint. We all got to live. And some of us don't pay as much as others do.
Got my scholarship. I'm fine.
Of course. Your scholarship. You've earned your share. If not for you, then your mom.
She does like a few biscuits with her tea.
Perfect. Fraunhofer's got some stock coming in tomorrow. Meet me at the lineup, and we'll both buy a ration of 2 packs each. We'll sell 3 and split the proceeds. I guarantee we'll double our money.
Day wasted to make a few marks. So much for our grand democratic republic.
Nice summer supplies are supposed to.
Fairy tales. As long as Ivan's boot is still on our necks, we'll be gasping. They want us to be crushed into the mud. If anything, I'd rather them just go back to shelling us again. I'd rather a quick destruction than this slow demolition.
They don't want to destroy Germany, you know.
Why wouldn't they want to destroy us? They hate us.
Hate us? Of course they do. They've hated Germans ever since the Teutonic Knights fought Nevsky in 1252. But the Russians are practical in their pig-headed way. The Democratic Republic is too useful, too necessary to destroy.
Necessary.
Napoleon marched through here on his way to Moscow. Hitler marched through here on his way to Stalingrad. If some madman decides to march again into Mother Russia, it'll be through the German Democratic Republic. And when the missiles fly and the tanks roll, they'll want the war to be here on German ground.
Where do you study?
Study? Oh, you mean university? I'm not a student. My father was a teacher before the war, and he went back to it after. We had a lot of books in the house.
You could enroll. Seem bright enough.
And leave my parents and my Aunt Frida in Strasbourg. They closed down the pencil factory there, and that was the only work in that town, other than serving beer to farmers.
So you're here for a job.
Well, my Aunt Frida has a friend here who owns a dress shop in the city. I'm staying with Willy's family, and I'm sending money back home.
Your credit to your family, my dear. Sorry to interrupt. Klaus, Willy here tells me that you found our next client.
Yes, Günther Isen. He was my economics tutor in first year. He's been pulled in twice for friendly chats with government officials.
Secret police?
He hasn't a clue. They're just humorless men in dark suits.
What's he done? Political stuff? Messing around in the black market?
He's got family in the Ukraine. Tends to grumble about the famine when he's had too much schnapps. He's mad enough to write a letter to the Quarterly Journal of Economics.
I can't imagine a better way to draw less attention, especially because who reads economic journals anyway?
The Quarterly Journal of Economics is published in Oxford. His letter got republished in the Times. Questions were raised in British Parliament.
God, how is he still walking around?
He's been hiding out at his cousin's apartment, but it's only a matter of time.
All right then. Our naive academic wants out before he's dragged away in the middle of the night. Can he afford the toll?
He's a tutor. Mice look down on him. He's got some marks, but doesn't have access to any gold or jewelry. Here, take this on your account.
Credit? This is bad policy, Klaus. Never let your staff run a tab. That's what my dad used to say.
I'm good for it.
Well, sure you are. We'll put him down for March.
It's too long. He could get picked up any day now. Let's send him through tonight.
Tonight, the day after two of our tykes made the front page. Why don't we just take posters and put them on lampposts? Wasn't it your idea for low numbers and quiet shutdowns between each transition?
No, but a little break in the rhythm won't hurt. And we can trust him to lay low. He's promised no press.
Tonight is out. It'll take a couple days to organize a reception committee on the other side. We'll do it Tuesday.
All right, I'll bring him to the gate on Tuesday. Until then, I suggest we keep a very low profile. Why don't you two come over to my mom's apartment?
Why don't you go, Anya? Helena serves a nice tea.
Okay, if your mother doesn't like a stranger at the table.
She'll love it. It'll give her an excuse to use the best teacups.
Klaus. Some sugar for your tea. Tell Mom I say hi.
I should tell you about Mother before we go in.
Don't worry, I'll be on my best behavior.
No, it's not that. Mother doesn't fuss about manners. It's that she's a bit nervous. She frets about people breaking in. She never leaves the house. Little things, they worry her a lot.
Well, what does she do with her free time then?
Well, cooks dinner, sews, Mother things, I guess. She likes to listen to the concerts on the radio.
And she never goes out? How does... I see. I guess she can count on you, right? Then what do you need from me?
Just don't talk politics or any serious news.
Fine. Don't worry, I can manage.
Would you visit her, Mother? Mother, this is Anya. Anya, may I introduce my mother, Helena Conrad.
Welcome. Klaus, why didn't you tell me you were bringing someone home? But you're welcome here. I will get the tea ready.
It's the only picture we have of him. Mother inked over the swastikas because she says she's worried she'd get in trouble now that they're illegal. If you ask me, I think she's just trying to blot out the past.
So many men lost. Where did he serve?
Warsaw. We're not sure he's dead, actually. He disappeared after liberation. Then, when everything fell apart, there was no one left to make the reports. All we know is that he didn't come home. Mother still hopes that he's hiding out somewhere in the West and someday we'll get a message.
And you? What do you think?
Do I think? Good riddance to bad rubbish. Have you seen pictures of the Warsaw Ghetto? 400,000 Jews trapped within a square mile of overcrowded slums where they were left to starve in squalor. And while they starve, their Nazi guards build a system of rules and regulations designed to strip anything of value from them. Silver spoons, the last gold teeth from their jaws, they were shipped to the camps for disposal. They say my father was responsible for processing all the goods stolen from the Jews trapped there. The banker of Warsaw, they called him. I hope the bastard's dead.
Klaus, can you come help with the tray, dear?
Please sit down.
Here we are. The kettle's on, so we'll have tea shortly. Oh, all we have is gingerbread cookies, but that's all we have. I could send you to get some bread. We could make sandwiches.
Oh no, tea and biscuits is lovely, thank you.
Okay. Well, Klaus, you've never told me where you met Miss... I don't think I know your last name.
Malenka.
Alenka.
Anya Malenka.
She's Willy's cousin, Mother.
I came to Berlin from Strasbourg to work for a while.
Malenka. Polish?
On my father's side.
My husband was in Poland, in Warsaw. We lost him. He just never came home.
I'll get it, Mother.
So you must be a very brave girl to come all by yourself to Berlin and stay.
Well, I'm not so alone. I've got all of Willy's family for company.
But you must miss your boyfriend.
I don't have a boyfriend right now.
Really? Such a pretty girl.
We haven't any milk, but there's plenty of sugar.
Klaus, Anya was just telling me that she doesn't have a boyfriend in Berlin.
Mother, behave. She's shameless.
Just making conversation. Oh, I worked as a seamstress in a dress shop before I met Klaus's father. Do you take sugar, Anya?
Yes, a little bit, please.
One time, Mrs. Hughes, she lived down the hall, came to my door and she said, "Helena, your boy is on our balcony, naked as a monkey, throwing all his laundry off the balcony into her yard."
I really must be going. Thank you so much for the tea, Mrs. Conrad.
Oh, no problem. Klaus, I want you to bring her back.
Well, there you have it. Mother has spoken. Here, I'll walk at your bus stop.
You don't really have to walk me to the bus stop. I can get home just fine, and
It's no problem.
seriously, it was a really nice visit.
No, I haven't seen her that happy in some time. She doesn't get to play host much these days.
You're a really nice guy.
I suppose it is, comrade. Sorry, I didn't catch the name last time.
Schmidt, but that's of little convenience. I'm here to deliver a message from Comrade Traffic. You are to come to his office. He very much wishes to finish the conversation that began here yesterday.
Please send him my regards, but I have to get to my next
Your
class.
classes are canceled for today, perhaps longer.
Well, this is much more businesslike.
Perhaps. Except I don't believe I have business to conduct.
Oh, Klaus. Let's not dance around the facts.
So I drink coffee and argue about soccer with my friends. Even your prisons can't hold all the people guilty of that crime.
What I see is Klaus Conrad conspiring with his criminal associates to facilitate the illegal crossing of state borders.
That picture isn't proof of any such thing.
This dossier has all the proof I need. You've been running a very effective little team. This team doesn't move a lot of people, but you've been consistently successful. Did you think no one would notice?
All of that is either lies or misinformation. No real proof.
Oh, poor Klaus, you don't understand.
Right now, this is the courtroom. I am the judge.
Schmidt is my bailiff. We're not debating your guilt. We're deciding your sentence.
Then get it done. I just want to lie down. Why is this necessary?
That's a very fine question. What do we need you for, indeed? It's the research position, Klaus. You must come work for us. It's quite essential.
I'm not a spy. Once you shut down the gang, I'll become a boring nobody.
Shut down the gang? Whatever gave you that idea? It is vital that you keep it working just as it is.
What? I don't understand.
Look here, Klaus. Over 30 kilometers of cinder block, barbed wire, and guard posts. It's a crude structure, but it works. It has stopped a stampede of fools who just couldn't resist all the nylons and chocolate bars that the West could provide. But there is something about walls. People cannot resist climbing them. You help them. If we put you out of business, someone else will help them climb. If we leave your team in place, it can function like a valve that allows a slow, controlled release of pressure. All you have to do is let us know who's going over. Generally, we won't interfere.
You said generally.
What did I say, Schmidt? He's the brains of the outfit. You've cut to the heart of the matter, Klaus. Most of your clients are little people who either want those nylons and chocolates or heartsick souls who can't bear to be parted from their Auntie Bertha. No loss. But occasionally, you'll run into someone a little too important to let across the wire. On such occasions, we'll have a chat and find a way for that mission to go off the tracks.
So I just betray them to you.
Not
All the rest of your clients will enjoy schnitzel with their loved ones, free in the West, thanks to your work.
I don't think I could ever lie to people like that.
Oh, lying is a skill you can learn. I think we have a manual around here somewhere.
You haven't the right to do this. Given half a chance, we could have rebuilt Germany on true socialist principles. Russia had no right to cage us in like animals in a zoo. This is fascism, not true communism.
Oh, Klaus, no politics, please. I really don't care. I didn't build this zoo, but I've been given the job of zookeeper. Neither you nor I can change the way this works.
You can decide not to stoop to your level. I won't betray anyone's trust just to save my hide. Either shoot me, or take me to my cell.
You know, Schmidt, in this light, he looks like that photo of his father. Can you see the resemblance?
I'm nothing like him.
Actually, we've got this plump little dossier all about your father. You and him, not so different.
He was a fascist and a murderer.
Ah, yes. The banker of Warsaw, pulling the gold teeth from the jaws of Jews in trade for moldy bread. A terrible tale. I've read all about that. It's in the trial transcript, next to the order of execution. Shot by firing squad as war criminal in 1947 in a little prison near Potsdam.
He's dead?
You didn't know? Well, he did say his family died in the Battle of Berlin, and there was no record of you and your mother, so no notification. He was shot and then rapidly forgotten. A sad story as it stands, but it gets sadder. The tragic postscript to this tale was that your father was wrongly convicted, framed, actually. His superior officer, Major Strasser, was the greedy pig who lined his pockets with all the gold misery could buy. But he was a smart pig. He delegated all the paperwork to his all too obedient aide, Lieutenant Conrad. You know, all our sources describe your father Conrad as a sort of gray little man who wouldn't raise his voice to a Jew. Never mind strike one. Didn't seem to have the stomach for violence. We tried to intervene in the court case, make a deal. All he had to do was play along. We'd share our research, and then later, after he left prison, he could contribute his own research to our cause. But he was stubborn and too proud for his own good. Even refused the blindfold. Tragic. But how much sympathy can you feel for people who are just following orders?
Can I see the photo? Like father, like son? Are you gonna summon a firing squad for me? Or just give me a pistol? I'd rather shoot myself than work for a bastard like you.
Look here, Klaus. This is me with my company. The 2nd Rifle Division. We took that the day we arrived in Berlin. And this was my weapon. Mosin Nagant M91. This was gun of the Russian soldier. The gun that defeated the great German army. A deadly antique. But did you know, Klaus, that whenever we need to assemble a firing squad, this is still the preferred weapon?
Is Klaus here?
No, he went to school this morning.
Willy said he never got to class, and someone told him that someone was being dragged off by men in suits, and...
Come in, dear.
No. No bullets for you. That's not the way the world works anymore. Let's put it back and let it rust like the relic it has become. These are my weapons now. See, look. A crisp, round circle around the word denied. And this is its partner. Another round circle around the word granted. And this, it's an application to continue tenancy at apartment 7, 1422 Rinstrasse, made by one Helena Conrad. You know, there was once a time we dropped bombs on these ratty apartment blocks. But now, well, one little red stamp and your mother becomes just as homeless.
You bastard! She's an old woman. She's ill. You'll kill her!
Perhaps, but who knows? Perhaps a little fresh air will do her some good. At least she will be able to visit you in your cell, talk to you through some barred window. Will your mother be proud of her defiant son? Anything to say? No? All right then.
Stop! Please, just stop. Just tell me what you want me to do.
Thank you, Klaus. It's time for you to go home. Take care of your dear mother. Go to classes. Drink with your friends. All is well.
And?
Well, there is no and. Not for a while. Let's let the nerves settle and feelings grow calm. Just keep on doing what you do. Finish your degree, take care of mother, have coffee with your friends. Just the boring routine. In time, we might pose a question to you, ask your opinion, but let it come along slowly. It will take time to build trust.
I'll never trust you. You're everything I hate.
Really? Well, what a shame. I've always thought of myself as a likable man. But, never mind. You won't be reporting to me anyway. Your beloved Professor Hoffman will be your contact now. Chances are, my young man, we might not ever meet again. It's hard, I know, but you're young. In time, the fire in your belly will die and you will see things clearly. Perhaps then we can share a drink and talk about these days calmly, like old soldiers.
Not a soldier. I'm an idiot. I'm the fool who stands on a railway track, throwing rocks at the oncoming engine. And you're the engineer manning the locomotive. You're the master of its power. Do you even notice the people bound to its tracks? All I wanted to do was help a few souls draw a breath free from the threat of you and everyone like you.
You talk like a drunken poet, Klaus. I'm not the devil.
No, you're not the devil. But you punish us for our sins regardless. You flattened Berlin. We deserved it. You shot and starved our soldiers. Deserve that too. You put a puppet government in to control our lives, and maybe that was justice as well, but you don't stop there. You have to poison the very fabric of our lives. You cut our families in two. You make lies become truth and truth become lies, but in the end, I'm the fool throwing his stones. But you, Comrade Trofimov, you're a demon in the service of cruel, soulless tyranny. You possess great power and strength, but in the end, my sad, gray, shabby father was a more honorable man than you.
I had a family, Klaus. The last time I saw them, my mother, my father, my sister, they were waving to me from the window of our little apartment as I marched away. Today, that building is gone. There is no graveside to visit, just a bomb site. Their charred bones washed into the gutters of Stalingrad. Get this arrogant German pig out of my sight. Wait a minute. That's not enough. We have a reputation, and he has to be convincing.
Finger, perhaps?
2, I think. Well, one last question for our guest. When and where are you meeting with Gunther Issing this evening?
Klaus!
Hush.
Klaus!
Hush. Help me out.
Oh. Oh, should I call the police?
No police. Just lock the doors.
Oh my God.
Papa.
Klaus, what has happened?
Papa's dead, Mama. He was executed because of Warsaw. He told his captors that we were dead. He was protecting us.
He was a good man, Klaus.
Good man, perhaps, but I think he was a weak one. Like me.
No,
Like his son.
no, don't talk like that. Listen, I'm going to go get Helga. She was a nurse during the war, and she will help fix your hand.
Fine. I'm not going anywhere. Anya,
Yes.
I I need you to get Gunter to the gate.
Yes, I can do that, but what happened to you? Who did this?
I fell down the stairs, that's all you should know. You have to be at the gate well before 8. You must hurry. Go. Go. That's better.
It says exactly. That's fine.
Still nothing? Where the hell is everyone? Klaus and his little academic were supposed to be here half an hour ago.
Strange. He wasn't in his classes earlier today either. I sent Anya over to his place to check.
I don't like this. We're gonna abort.
I'll just give it a bit longer. Did you see Klaus?
He fell down the stairs this morning, but he's recovering. It said that I should get Gunter and bring him to you.
And where is he?
A couple of men, they just stopped us when we were coming here and they took him away. It's like I was invisible. I did manage to get this from Gunter before that happened.
At least tonight's not a complete waste.
I'm going to talk to you, Klaus, and then I'll leave. First, you should see this.
Oh. Sort of like the damn fool.
You know, when I was a little girl, we had this neighbor. Cute little old man. My sister once said he had a knack for getting people new papers when they needed them. That sort of thing could be a lifesaver. But one day some men came and they took him away in a big car. He came back 3 days later and he looked just like you. Bloody and broken in more ways than just the body.
Go away. Please just go away.
I don't think I will.
Please leave me alone. Find me a pistol.
No. You are not going to do that, and you are not going to drown yourself in guilt either. You are alive, Klaus. This is a battle wound. You are a conscript in this new war. All of us in this land are conscripts. We're soldiers. They're at war. They always are. Napoleon lost 200,000 men marching on Russia. Did he shed a tear for those men? Stalin broke the Reich by wave upon wave of underfed, underarmed men fighting for Mother Russia. Only the mothers shed tears for those men, not the generals. Now it's our turn to fight in the ranks.
Why are you telling me this?
Because I need you to know that the only real purpose, the only real job a soldier has is to survive. To live, to see the next day. Today they're too strong. But we can outlast them. We dig in, we have our heads down, we do only what we must. And hopefully one day we can live long enough, and then we'll dance on their graves. That's why I came. I want you to live.
Let's get you inside.